So this bag is a Maxpedition Gear Slinger. Forget which one, but that's what we have. And I basically have outfitted it to be sort of carry the 5 C's if you follow Dave Canterbury and his philosophy. Gives me enough stuff that I can play around with fire and shelter building. And in the event that, I guess if my truck broke down, I could possibly use this as a get home bag, even though in reality that probably wouldn't happen, but the the sentiment is there anyways. So right off the bat I had a spare Maxpedition flashlight holder, so I weaved it into this compression strap. Like I used it as molly. I undid it here and weaved it through. And what I have is my candling device, which is one of the 10 C's, but handy nonetheless. And it's a Costco flashlight that I picked up 3 for $20. They come with batteries. They're a Tech Light Lumen Master, 160 lumens, 3 AAA batteries they run. Excellent for the money, honestly. For what it is, you can't beat it. I beat the crap out of them at work, and if I lose one I don't care, but generally they're relatively reliable. So I have that flashlight there, and on this outer zipper pouch I carry some thinner stuff, and namely moist towels. I had thrown some lead sinkers in here recently because I was dealing with my PSK personal survival kit build, and this was a leftover. I have a E-Gear survival waterproof notebook, so I guess I can write myself notes while I'm surviving and reflect back on it, make a movie one day, and that's all. I will try and put first aid kit in here, and I actually believe it's in the kit behind me, or excuse me, the pocket behind this one. We'll double check that. Let's have a look. So then we open this up. So my first aid kit, I have it. It's just a little mini first aid kit from can't remember. You know, those yellow ones. They're good. Anyways, I have a Mora Bushcraft Black in here, and I've used this, and taped on the back of it is a sail needle with a little bit of 1-inch Gorilla Tape. So this is my backup knife that I'll be using. And then this is sort of like my little area that I store my cooking brew kit. So I've got some cappuccinos, some hot chocolate, and a few spices. I got some stainless steel chopsticks, which I picked up with my ember lit stove, which is right here. And this is, I can drop these across the grates if I need to run a smaller vessel to boil water in. So I use this a lot. Stainless steel construction, works well. And then the only other thing that I would have in this pouch that I don't right now is a book on medicinal plants. It's an identification book, and that book I just lent yesterday to my other friend. So otherwise that's in here so that I can learn about plant ID and tree ID. So then with this kit I carry a small flexible tripod, and this is what I'll use with my camera to video any videos that I could do. For instance, like my E2E giveaway that I just did last week. It was filmed with this tripod. And then the only other thing I have in there is a Dave Canterbury Pathfinder water bottle and a GSI cup down on the bottom, nested over top. And that's all I roll in that. And then the other exterior, I have this knife here from Equipped to Endure, the BK17 that I won in a premium member giveaway, and this will be my larger fixed blade that I'll use for batoning and that sort, take the stress off of Mora. And then inside of here is just a two-sided sharpening stone for blade maintenance. And behind here is one of those fish mouth spreaders. I took the idea from Dave Canterbury's Pathfinder Cook kit and adapted it to this because I do have his full setup, just spring-loaded set of hooks really, so that I can grab my GSI cup if I poke holes in it, or the inside lip of the stainless steel water bottle, and now I have a bail for my fire, or while I'm using it in the fire. So that sits on the side as well. This is my fire kit basically, and here I have some alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, and I've found that it's actually been evaporating in this container, so I might put a piece of rubber on the inside here to help seal that up. But it was sort of a first aid additive to my kit, or an element to sterilize things, my skin perhaps. I was playing around in an alcohol stove with this, and that's the only reason why I had it. But yeah, here's my fire kit. Got storm matches, waxed paper, waxed jute twine. I got a zip fire starter. I got a light my fire, dead fire. And I got some ferro rod and a lighter. So I got some pretty good fire capability there if I really need to. And then this is a part of my kit as well. It's a stainless steel tea ball, and I like to take green tea with me. So I'll take a Ziploc of green tea, and then you put the tea inside of here, and then you can brew your tea in your cup and take it out. So that's what I use that for. And then I have my Gorilla Tape wrapped around an old hotel card. So again, for gear maintenance, and you can also shred that and burn it as well if you needed to. But my fire kit's got some pretty good accelerants. And then things are always ever evolving. I have a waterproof container that's intended for matches, which I left empty for now. And I whipped it with, I was going to turn this into a sewing kit, but my sail needle didn't quite fit in it. But anyways, I did whip it with fine bank line. So I do have a pretty good length of fine bank line here to use for gear repair. Again, with that needle that's taped to my Mora knife. And I have an old Olfa knife blade locker here, which I actually will probably turn into my sewing kit because it'll accommodate the longer needles. And then I'll wrap all my stuff around here, and boom, got a sewing kit. So, like I say, things are still kind of evolving, but we're getting there. So then we get into the main compartment. Well, actually, I guess if you look in the back here, let's find out what's in here. Generally, I'll put in these concealed carry compartments, I'll put flat carry items such as tarp of sorts. In this case, I don't have anything because I have a Maxpedition Vulture 2 that I use for bushcraft as well, which I'm going to share. But this gives me my basic kit to practice with more readily, and it's easy to pack. So in here I've got some hanks of paracord for cordage, additional cordage to what I have already set aside for shelter building. This is my emergency shelter kit, 5-minute shelter based on Dave Canterbury's system. So I'll go through that in a sec. I have cotton bandana, and Glenn will like that. That's my Black Label Society bandana. In here I carry some safety glasses. 2 reasons. I have one good eye, and the rest of my other eye doesn't see 100%, so I want to protect my vision. but namely it's for chopping, but when walking through the brush and bushwhacking, I don't want to get poked in the eye, so I just wear these. I wear them all day at work anyway. They're very comfortable. They don't bother me. And then in one of these little other containers I've got, or compartments, I have another bandana for signaling, a red one. And in here I've got 8 aluminum tent stakes to aid in building a quick shelter. Again, some of this stuff, I have a couple of redundancies only because I move gear around all the time between a couple bags, but that's about it there. Here I have my Integral Designs sill poncho. It's a 5x7 poncho made out of silicone nylon, and on it I have some lengths of cordage because I was using it on my multi-day hike to create a larger vestibule in my one-man tent. So this thing is actually a great shelter item on its own. If you look in my pictures, you'll see my tarp shelter thread. This thing is set up in my contributions to that thread. But doubles as cover and a windbreak, and also a shelter. So to further, and then to go along with that is a reverse twist paracord ridge line that I built. It's about 25 feet long, and so it's twice as strong as a standard hank of paracord, whipped ends, a little more substantial. That way I can really set a taut ridge line, and it's a dedicated cord. Plus it's stronger, I can use it for other things too. In each of my kits I carry a folding saw. I have a Baco Laplander in my hiking, in my ribs front pack right now, and but in this case today I have the Coghlan's 180 Sierra saw. It's a good little saw. It is a thin blade, you gotta be careful, but for crafting purposes this is a great little saw. And I have about 2 of these, and then the Baco bouncing around in kits. These things virtually disappear in your kit. They're worth having. 2 other things I have is a Kapilka cup. I believe Daniel just shared his with us. I've got mine hanging on a lanyard of paracord, just to be cool. And yeah, I make the coffee and throw it in there, and I feel all bushcrafty, and it's great. And for my other element of shelter, I have the SOL Escape Bivy, which is a reflective, breathable bivy sack. So in the event that I had to sleep under my tarp shelter, this would be my supplement to keep me keep my core temperature where it should be, 98.6. In here I have a heavy set of leather gloves, which I'd be using for batoning and fire craft and that sort of thing. So they're in there to protect myself. Generally a lot of protective gear. I have some coffee filters, paper towel, and parchment paper all in here. I find that this stuff comes in handy. That's why it's in there, for cleanup of my gear, and for cooking with parchment paper, maybe the bannock in my tin cup, and I don't have to worry about it messing up my tin cup as much. And here, like I said, you saw my umbrella stove there, but I also carry a Vargo stove, hexagon titanium. And I actually, this is sort of the kit this is the piece that's generally in this kit. The Emberlit was me playing around. And then in here, I also have my Vargo titanium, which really works well. Alcohol stove with this. I use this as the windscreen and run the alcohol. Can opener, an eating tool from Columbia River Knife and Tool, and then some tin foil for a base or a windscreen. And I also have a safety pin here to help hold the Vargo stove together so that you can handle it and not worry about it popping loose. That was the only one downfall I found with this. But when you put it together, it can pop loose here. So I just pin it. I run a safety pin through here to stop it from popping off, and it works great. So that's what happens there. And that always stays in this kit. And lastly, I have a piece of tubing, 6mm tubing for blowing on a fire, water procurement. That's about it, I guess, for right now. I know I could probably find some more uses for it, but I had a chunk of hose, so I chucked it in here. Again, it's a learning kit, so I play with this stuff, decide if I like it or not. That's about it. That's my bush kit. So there's my online alias, Ratchety. There you have it. So I hope you appreciate me sharing my kit with you, and I hope to influence the rest of you members on doing the same. Glenn did a nice thing here by sharing his kit. Just wanted to pitch in. So I'll talk to you. Almost forgot my shelter kit here. So I've got a reflective blanket tarp, really good, strong tarp, and in it, this is made out of cotton, by the way, as well, so I have material to char with as well in the event that I need it. And then here I have 2 bin liners. These are 3mm thick contractor bags. They're heavy duty ones. And I've got 6 heavy duty aluminum tent pegs. And as a matter of fact, I really like these pegs. They're solid. And I put some lanyards on them so I can pull them out of the ground with a stick afterward. And then I just have some more lashings in paracord, so I can erect a fast reflective tarp shelter to retain core body heat, or use this as a base. So yeah, I got lots of shelter here, and shelter and fire heavy, and that's about it. Like I said, appreciate the view, and if you go check my channel out, I got a few other videos, not many, but I'm starting to shoot more, so maybe subscribe and I'll have something of interest again. Cheers.